Yeah, okay, now it's on. Right, so last time I think I stopped here towards the top of page in my numberings should be, yeah, when here, let me see, was it? Yeah, this is the place where the two shepherds were speaking and asking about the identity, of course, of the baby, which they both handled, as maybe we know. And here, I think the story is quite clear that it was him. Notice here, the messenger, come to me. Come tell me, you gave me a child back then, a boy, remember? A little fellow to rear my very own shepherd. Of course, here, remember, we have the messenger who also himself was, a shepherd at that time, of course, from the Corinth area. And he's trying to remind him of this situation. And again, here the shepherd said, why rake up such that again? Rake up means, why are you digging up this old story now? Why you are asking this question? Messenger, look, here he is, my fine old friend, the same man who was just a baby then. So he's telling him, look at him. This is the king here who was that baby. And shepherd, damn you, shut your mouth, quiet. Oedipus, don't lash out at him, old man. You need lashing more than he does. Why, Master Majesty? What have I done wrong? You won't answer his question about the boy. He is talking nonsense, wasting his breath. So you won't talk willingly, then you will talk with pain. So he was threatening him to say, either you say the truth or I'm going to hit you, right? And the shepherd said, no, boy, no, dear God, don't torture an old man. And Oedipus, twist his arms back quickly. Shepherd, God help us, why? What more do you need to know? Oedipus, did you give him that child? He is asking. Shepherd, I did. I wish to God I had died that day. You can see really here if this is true, because that shepherd was himself, who saw the king being killed and who ran away, of course. It's the same sort of thing. And now, he had maybe two problems really to answer to. Not telling about the killing of the king Laius, and not saying that this is, of course, the boy who was given by me to become a king now. So he recognized him. So that's why, I think the shepherd here is a bit guilty, very guilty actually, not bit, very guilty to have done this. And I think we know, I think he is very sort of angry now that he has to say it. And that's why I said, I wish to God I had died. He's wishing that to have been dead. And the shepherd, of course, the more I fell, the more, where is it? Yeah, Oedipus, you have got your wish if you don't tell the truth. Meaning, if you don't tell the truth, you're going to die. I'm going to kill you. Tell the truth. The more I tell, the worse the death I will die. Our friend here wants to stretch things out, does he? Motioning to his men for torture. No, no, I gave it to him. I just said so. And Oedipus, of course, now is really angry, saying, okay, now where did you get this boy from? Where did you get it? You know, your house, someone else's. It wasn't mine. No, I got it from someone. Which one of them, looking at the citizens? Whose house? Shepherd, no, no, God's sake, master, no more questions. You are a dead man if I have to ask again. Then a child came from the house of Laius, a slave or born of his own blood? No, no, I'm right at the edge, the horrible truth. I've got to say it. And I'm at the edge of hearing horrors. Yes, but I must hear it. I must hear. All right. Shepherd, of course, saying, all right, his son. They said it was his son. But the one inside, your wife, she had tell it. She would tell it best. My wife, she gave it to you? Yes, yes, my king. Why? What for? Its mother to mother living creatures with the very son she had born. Oh, how she wept mourning the marriage bed, where she let loose that double brood monsters, husband by her husband, children by her child, my and then. And how she died is more than I can say. Of course, you can see here, you know, Oedipus is really very, you know, very shocked. And he's saying all this is absolutely, you know, miserable and saying all this. How could she do this? You know, now he's saying the whole thing. You know, it's really such a long speech here by Oedipus when he punished himself here. Notice here he said, and how she died is more than I can say. Suddenly Oedipus burst in screaming. Who's speaking here? Wait a minute. Yeah, but there must be something here. What did he say? How could he say, and then Oedipus? Would he speak about himself like that? I think there's a mistake here somewhere. I think. Wait a minute. 23. Oh. Yeah, there's one page. Yeah. One page missing. Yeah, I noticed there's something fishy here. I think there's one page missing here. Yeah, because the speech really it does not follow. Anyway, there's a page missing here, but I think that's not a big problem. The idea really is to see how he terribly, you know, punished himself. Notice here how I think, I don't know if I have another edition. Let me check. I think I have another edition. Let me see. Please wait for me. I have another edition. Let me see here. It says line 13, line 1290, line 1290. Yeah, yeah. Here, if I can share this with you for the moment, let me share this for you to see it, okay? Just this, to show you this one, because I think this edition is better. Yeah, here I have this edition, it's clearer. And I think, yeah, he was speaking here. Yeah. Yeah, when he was asking here about who gave you notice here. You can see my screen now again, boys and girls?
Yes, doctor, we can see.
Yeah, I'm sorry, this page is missing, so I'll read it from this edition, because just maybe to link things together. Yeah, here when he was saying, my wife, she gave it to you? Yes, my king. Why? What for? To kill it. How? Her own child? How could she? She was afraid, frightening prophecies. And Oedipus said, what? They said he would kill his parents. But you gave him to this old man, why? I pitied the little baby, master. I hoped he would take him off to his own country, far away, and be saved. And he saved him, but he saved him for this fate. If you are the man he says you are, believe me, you were born for pain. Oh God, oh come true, I'll burst to light, oh light. Now let me look my last on you. I stand revealed at last, cursed in my birth, cursed in marriage, cursed in the lives I cut down with these hands. Rushing through the doors with a great cry, the Corinthian messenger, the shepherd, and the attendants exit slowly to the side. And Oedipus here gave, as I think you can see, this long speech. Oh, the generations of men, the dying generations adding the total. Of all your lives, I find they come to nothing. Does there exist, is there a man on earth who seizes more joy than just a dream, a vision, and the vision no sooner dawns than dies, blazing into oblivion? You are my great example. You, your life, your destiny. Oedipus, man of misery, I count no man blessed. Of course, this is the chorus saying this. And of course, meaning here really reference to the whole society, saying about, how this man, Oedipus being punished in this way. I say, you are this example, Oedipus, man of misery. I count no man blessed. You outraged all men, bending your bow to the breaking point. You captured priceless glory, oh dear God, and the Sphinx came crashing down, the virgin claws hooked like a bird of omen singing, shrieking death like a fortress reared in the face of death. You rose and saved our land. From the day on we called you king. We crowned you with honors, Oedipus towering over us, mighty king of 7 gates of Thebes. But now to hear your story, is there a man more agonized, more wed to pain and frenzy? Not a man on earth the joy of your life ground down to nothing. O Oedipus, name for the ages, one and the same wide harbor served you, son and father both. Son and father came to rest in the same bridal chamber. How could the furrows, your father plowed, bear you, your agony harrowing on in silence, oh, so long. You know, this is a long speech by the chorus, or supposed to be the audience, really. But now, for all the power, time, all-seeing time, has dragged you to the light. Judge your marriage monsters from the start. The son and the father tangling both one. A child of Laius. Would to God I had never seen you, never, never. Now I weep like a man who wails the dead, and the dirge comes pouring forth with all my heart. I tell you the truth. You gave me life. My breath leapt up in you, and now you bring down night upon my eyes. You know, and he goes on, and of course here the messenger, men of Thebes, always first in honor. What horrors you will hear, what you will see, what a heavy weight of sorrow you will shoulder. If you are true to your birth, if you still have some feeling for the royal house of Thebes, I tell you, neither the waters of the Danube nor the Nile can wash this palace clean. Wow. Wow. What a lovely, strong expression here. Yeah. Do you know Danube, the river Danube? Huh? The Nile, I'm sure you know the Nile. Huh? Boys?
Yes, doctor, we know it.
You know, yeah, it's a massive river in Europe. Really very, very massive river, nearly stretching, I think, starting from, I think, Germany, going back east and east and east, and I think it's I'm not sure exactly. I think where is the I must check where, because I was really so good in geography. I'm not sure exactly where it's pouring into the sea, but anyway, Danube is a massive river in Europe, stretching from west to east. And of course, the Nile, you know the Nile. Look at this expression. All these waters could not clean this palace. Wow. Such thing it hides. Such things it hides. It soon will bring to light terrible things, and none done blindly now, all done with a will. So he's saying, now we know this, he did it after knowledge. He's doing it in will, after knowing the truth. The pains we inflict upon ourselves hurt most of all. And here, of course, still the leader said, God knows we have pains enough already. What can you add to them? Messenger, the queen is dead. Poor lady, how? Messenger, by her own hand. But you are spared the worst. You never had to watch. I saw it all. And with all the memory that's in me, you will learn what that poor woman suffered. Once she had broken in through the gates, dashing past us frantic, whipped in fury, ripping her hair out with both hands, straight to her rooms she rushed, flinging herself across the bridal bed, doors slamming behind her, and once inside, she wailed for Laius, dead so long, remembering how she bore his child long ago, the life that rose up to destroy him, leaving its mother to mother, leaving its mother to mother living creatures, and the very son she had born. Oh, how she wept, mourning the parish bed, and she let loose her double bed brood. Sorry, I think this is where I stopped in my edition. And you can see here, of course, more and more, and in a minute, of course, we shall see, the details here when he comes out as being blind. Let me see here. The messenger again. The messenger, loose the bolts. Someone show me to all of Thebes. My father's murderer, my mother's. No, I can't repeat it. It's unholy. Now he will tear himself from his native earth, not linger, curse the house with his own curse. But he needs strength, not a guide to lead him on. This is sickness more than he can bear. The palace doors open. Look, he will show you himself. The great doors are opening. You are about to see a sight, a horror. Even his mortal enemy would pity. Enter Oedipus, blinded, led by a boy. He stands at the palace steps as if surveying his people once again. And Oedipus speaking strong, really speeches. Oh, the terror, the suffering, for the world to see the worst terror that ever met my eyes. What madness swept over you? What God, what dark power leapt beyond all bounds, beyond belief to crush your wretched life? God forsaken, cursed by the gods. I pity you, but I can't bear to look. I have much to ask. I have much to ask. So much to learn, so much fascinates my eyes. But you, I shudder at the sight. I'm sorry, this is the chorus, not Oedipus. I'm sorry, I'm still when I look at the word, they look like each other, you know. It's the chorus still speaking there. And now Oedipus, Oedipus now is speaking. Yeah, oh, the agony, I am agony. I am agony. Where am I going? Where on earth? Where does all this agony hurl me? Where is my voice? Winging, swept away on a dark tide. My destiny, my dark power. What a leap you made. And again, the chorus speaking to him. To the depth of terror, too dark to hear, to see. Again, Oedipus, dark horrors, horror of darkness, my darkness drowning, swirling around me, crashing wave on wave, unspeakable, irresistible. Maybe I should go back to my edition. I'm worried maybe that this, a different translation could be. Is it a different translation?
No,
is it the same translation?
Yes.
Let me check again because let me go back to my faded text because I'm worried because this is the text that you have. So that's why I want you to. Anyway, I think he goes on with this about it, and you know, the chorus saying to him what things to do and so on, and the leader and Oedipus again continued speaking. I think here I'm coming back towards in my old edition. Here, as you can see, I'm sharing this with you again, I think. Correct? No? Let me share it. Maybe I'm. Yeah. Yeah. So here we see Crayon speaking to him, and this is the last important parts really in the play. Oedipus here is saying, "Oh no, what can I say to him? How can I never ever hope to win his trust? I wronged him so, I just now in every way. You must see that I was so wrong, so wrong." You know, he's saying, Oedipus, saying that he feels, you know, in a way guilty that he treated his uncle, of course, Crayon, in a bad way. So that's what he's saying. I really can't see him now because I feel so embarrassed and so unbelievably, you know, miserable. And that's why he's saying was wrong, wrong. Crayon, of course, now he is in power, and he is now the king, and he will tell him that. I have not come to mock you, Oedipus, or to criticize your former failings. You see, Crayon really here is honest. He says, okay, I'm not really here to mock you or to laugh at you or to feel anything, you know, being sadistic or anything, you know. So he's saying, I know you. I know your former mistakes and errors and failings. And here, of course, turning to the guards, you there, have you lost all respect for human feelings? At least sever the sun. Sorry. At least revere the sun, the holy fire that keeps us all alive. Never expose a thing of guilt and holy dread on, so great it appalls the earth, the rain from heaven, the light of day. Get him into the halls quickly as you can. Piety demands no less. Kindred alone should see, and kinsman shame. This is obscene. And of course, here really Crayon is saying, you know, let him go inside and don't let, you know, as if to say, we don't want to show this ugly thing to everybody. And Oedipus said, please, in God's name, you wipe my fears away. You wipe my fears away, coming so generously to me, the worst of men. Do one thing more for your sake, not mine. And Crayon asking, what do you want? Why so insistent? Drive me out of the land at once, far from sight, where I can never hear a human voice. Yeah, of course, that's his decision earlier on. That's his idea. He said he's going to banish the killer. And he's saying, now I am the killer. I want you to banish me, to send me away. He said, worst, he said, right? I want you to go drive me out of the land, from the sight where I can never hear a human voice. I would have done that already, I promise you. I would have done that already, I promise you. First, I wanted the God to clarify my duties. The God, his command was clear, every word. Death for the father killer. That's his order, the God, that's what he said. Death for the father killer. The curse, he said, destroy me. Yeah, so it's clear. And Creon said, so he did. Still in such a crisis, it's better to ask precisely what to do. Again, Oedipus, oh, so miserable. You would consult the God that a man like me? By all means, and this time I assume even you will obey the God's decrees. Oedipus again, I will. And you, I command you, I beg you. The woman inside, bury her as you see fit. It's the only decent thing to give your own the last rites. As for me, never condemn the city of my fathers to house my body, not while I'm alive, no. Let me live in the mountains on Citharon, my favorite haunt. I have made it famous. Mother and father marked out that rock to be my everlasting tomb, buried alive. Let me die there where they tried to kill me. It's a shame really here. Just a second. I know. Down here. Because there are many claims in that area. Well, they did it yesterday. Not yesterday. Outside, you want to work outside? Yeah. That's okay. Can I come forward? Yeah, of course. Is there a room where the AC was clean? They cleaned the AC Sp2021 yesterday. Okay. Okay. And you maybe I need you for something. When you come tomorrow, okay? Is it? That it is. Sorry, boys and girls, somebody at my door, these maintenance people. Anyway, Oedipus is, of course, saying his last really amazing speech about that. You know, he's telling what exactly he deserves, really, and what he himself had said. Notice it, die there where they tried to kill me. I mean, his own, of course, when he was a baby, was a child. Oh, but this I know. No sickness can destroy me. Nothing can. I would never have been saved from death. I have been saved for something great and terrible, something strange. Well, let my destiny come and take me on its way. About my children, Creon, the boys, at least don't burden yourself. They are men. Wherever they go, they will find the means to live. But my two daughters, my poor helpless girls, clustering at our table, never without them, hovering near them, whatever I touched, they always had their share. They take care of them. Really, it's a shame, really, here. It's unbelievable, even. And really, it's amazing. He's asking him to take care of the kids. You know, his two girls, Ismene and, as we know, Antigone, because later on they will be as two plays. They will given the same title by Sophocles. Notice here. He said, take care of them. I beg you, wait, better permit me, would you? Just to touch them with my hands and take our fill of tears. Please, my king, grant it with all your noble heart. If I could hold them just once, I would think I had them with me like the early days when I could see their eyes. And here the girls, Antigone and Ismene, two small children, are led in from the palace by a nurse. And now, of course, Oedipus, again, I think he said the last speech here. You can see, notice at the end when he said that here. Bless you, Creon. May God watch over you for this kindness better than he ever guarded me. Children, where are you? Here some, again, he touched his, come to these lands, sorry, to these hands of mine, your brother's hands, your own father's hands, that served his once bright eyes so well, that made them blind. You know, his hands, he said, I made my eyes blind with my own hands. And your own hands served me well in the past, and now they made me blind. That served his once bright eyes so well, that made them blind. Seeing nothing, children, knowing nothing, I became your father. You see, now he's explaining, I didn't know. I had no idea how I became your father. Seeing nothing, children, knowing nothing. I didn't see and I didn't know. Well, yeah, but he didn't use his mind enough, as we said before. I became your father. I fathered you in the soil that gave me life. How I weep for you. I can't see you now. Just thinking of all for your days to come. The bitterness, the life that mankind will thrust upon you. Where are the public gatherings you can join? The banquets of the clans whom you will come, in tears cut off from the sight of it all, the brilliant rites unfinished. And really he goes on and on, telling him to take him away, and Creon now saying to him, you are now turning to Creon and say, you are now the king. Oh, Creon, you are the only father they have now. We who brought them into the world are gone, both gone at a stroke. Don't let them go begging, abandoned women without men. Your own flesh and blood, never bring them down to the level of my pains. Pity them, look at them, so young, so vulnerable, shorn of everything. You are their only hope. Promise me, noble Creon. Promise me, noble Creon. Touch my hand, reaching toward the Creon, who draws back. You know, Creon did not touch him, did not want to touch him. So he went back from him. You little ones, if you were old enough to understand, there's much I would tell you. Now as it is, I would have you say a prayer. Pray for life, my children. Live where you are free to grow and season. Pray God you find a better life than mine, the father who begot you. And Creon really now, because the king say, okay, come on, that's enough. Get lost. Go, go. And here Creon saying to him, enough. You wept enough. Into the palace now. Oedipus, I must, but I find it very hard. Creon, time is the great healer. You will see. I am going, you know, to that condition. Tell me, I'm listening. Drive me out of Thebes in exile. No, not I, only the gods can give you that. Surely the gods hate me so much. You will get your wish at once. Your consent. I try to say what I mean. It's my habit, Oedipus. Then take me away. It's time. Creon, come along. Come along, let go of the children. Oedipus, no, don't take them away from me, not now, no, no, no. Clutching his daughters, and the guards wrench them loose and take them through the palace doors. Creon, still the king, the master of all things, no more. So he's saying to him, you are no longer the king. You don't give orders. No more. Here your power ends. You are no longer a king here. None of your power follows you through life. You are no longer a king. You will get lost like any ordinary man, an ugly, filthy, terrible man. Exit Oedipus and Creon to the palace. The chorus comes forward to address the audience directly. And this is the last speech here by the chorus. People of Thebes, my countrymen, look on Oedipus. He solved the famous riddle with his brilliance. He rose to power, a man beyond all power, who could behold his greatness without envy. Now what a black sea of terror has overwhelmed him. Now as we keep our watch and wait for the final day, count no man happy till he dies, free of pain at last. Yeah. We say that, we say that in Arabic, isn't it? We say Allah yustur akhirtak. Allah yustur akhirtak. Yes. Al-akhirah, which is here really means, he said, count no man happy till he dies, free of pain at last. When you see somebody who is happy now, but wait till you see at the end later on what's going to happen to him or to her. And really this is an amazing thing here. Really the play is finished and over. Okay, so that's it, boys, ladies and gentlemen, that's the play finished. If you have any question, I will answer your questions if you need any question. And I will maybe, if you want, I will specify